The Modern Women Tutorials. What is princess treatment? In the most basic term, it's basically being treated like a princess, right? But in modern day society, it's just the idea of essentially being treated like a child, being given gifts and having somebody else be responsible for you and make decisions for you and do things for you. So it's just a whole bunch of benefits that doesn't have to be reciprocated, doesn't have to be returned, which is why it's popular among the ladies, specifically females. They love princess treatment. You know, they like which another way of putting it is basically simping. You know, ladies like the idea of guys, especially older guys, giving them things, doing things for them without really doing anything to deserve it, or or to at least make it even, where they're reciprocating, where they're returning the favor, as it were. You know, where they buy gifts in return, that kind of stuff. So it's just more of a one-sided thing, which is what simping is you're doing a lot for somebody and they do nothing really in return for you other than just exist, right? So that's essentially what that is. And the irony is, right, you also have another term called passenger princess, which is essentially you, especially essentially a female in a vehicle, her boyfriend or husband's vehicle, being chauffeured around and being bought things, being taken to her favorite places and stuff like that. Sometimes this is just, she just wants to tag along. So whatever he's doing, if he's running errands or something like that, she just wants to be able to tag along, and that's fine and all. That's people's relationships, so whatever they want to do. But it's just the idea of the whole point of you want to feel special, because I remember as a kid, it was always a popular, always a thing that we liked, that when our parents were going to go out somewhere, we want to tag along, right? We never called it like passenger princess or passenger prince or anything like that. It's just, oh, mom, dad, going somewhere, like maybe they're going shopping somewhere like a mall or something, and for us it's kind of like Disneyland as kids, right? So we want to go and see all this stuff and window shop, basically, right? And of course, as kids, we're going to be like, oh, I want this, I want that, typical stuff, right? And most people had childhoods, so most people remember those little things. The interesting thing is that when they become adults, some of them still like those things, specifically females. Those were the good times of their childhood. Those are their favorite memories of having other people do things for them, give them things, make them happy, right? Like compliments and stuff like that. So of course, as an adult, they still want those things. They want to relive their youth. Most women don't even want to get old. Most women hate the idea of getting old. Guys accept being old. Most guys love being old, like myself. We accept it. It's our prime is when we're old. But for ladies, to them, it's not. For them, their prime is their youth, when they were young. And this is why they complain a lot about getting old and always trying to do things to make themselves look younger. Well, guys at least embrace looking old, right? They embrace their gray beards and gray hair and stuff like that, and they try to make the most of it. While ladies will start dyeing their hair and shit like that, trying to hide it, try to hide that they're getting old, and get surgeries, and the list goes on, right? Ladies know. I don't have to tell you what you already know, right? You already know this. This is a fact, not an opinion. So since y'all always want to look young and be young, no surprise that y'all will want that to be treated as such. This is why you have older women bitter that they don't get treated the same way they used to when they were in their 20s, right? And this is where the whole wall thing and stuff like that comes into play. When women turn 30 and older, they stop getting princess treatment, as it were. They get ignored for the 20-year-olds. And they don't like that, obviously, because they like the treatment. Well, who wouldn't? Who wouldn't like being treated nice and being given things for free? Anybody would. This is why it's funny when guys talk about wanting princess treatment, even though technically the term should be prince treatment, but obviously we're trying to be funny by just saying princess treatment, because it's like, well, if that's the type of treatment y'all want and y'all love princess treatment, why can't we get it, right? Why can't we have princess treatment? Since y'all don't want to give most guys king treatment, all right, then we'll, princess treatment it is then, right? Now, the thing with king and queen treatment, obviously you got to earn it in order to be treated like a king. Treat your ladies like a queen, that kind of stuff, and vice versa. You want to be treated like a queen, you got to treat your man like a king. That's just how that works. But the whole princess treatment, the funny thing about princess treatment is you don't got to treat the guy that's treating you like a princess like a king. You can treat him like a peasant. You can treat him like a piece of shit. And that's where simping comes in, right? The whole idea that you're treating her nice, but she's not treating you nice. So that's the kind of stuff you see out there. So that's why it's interesting to see ladies, when you point out the facts, the truth, that most of these ladies out here are immature, just like most guys out here are immature, right? Immature adults going around complaining about what they want, but never really talk about what they're willing to give in return, right? Which would be a mature, responsible adult thing to do, which is, if I want love, I gotta give love. If I want respect, I gotta give respect, right? That's the mature thing to do. But instead, you got a whole bunch of immature people out here making podcasts talking about what they feel they deserve, and then when they tell you what they do for the, for that, right, for the opposite sex, is usually offering them less in return for more. It's like, that's selfish. That's not even, right? That's not equal. I understand not everything's gonna be equal, but the thing is, you can at least try, right? Like I said, if you want respect from women, you gotta give them respect. That's only logical. But a lot of these guys that make podcasts be talking about, like, you gotta treat females poorly and they'll treat you better. Now, is that true? Does that happen? Does that work? Yes, it does, unfortunately. And that's the female's fault for allowing that to happen. Y'all ladies are rewarding shitty dudes with shitty behavior, shitty personalities, and you're rewarding them. You're treating them good when you shouldn't. And you treat the good guys, the guys who treat you good, you treat them bad. See the contradiction? So you have a habit, and this is something I've noticed for a long while, is that ladies have a habit of doing the opposite. They want. So if I go left, ladies want to go right. If I go right, ladies want to go left, as an example, right? They always want to do the opposite, because they want to feel different and they want to be special. But they'll be the same ones talking about equality and things being the same, but they don't really want to do the things that's the same. They always want to do the opposite of what everybody else is doing, because because I guess the psychology for that is it makes them feel independent. It's like, well, if everybody's going to the right, well, I'm going to the left. I'm going to be different. I'm going to be independent. I'm not going to be like everyone else. But not realizing going left causes you to go off a cliff, and everybody was avoiding the cliff because they knew the cliff was on the left. That's why everybody went to the right. But since you want to be different, you went to the left. And that's the problem you have in society a lot of times for the ladies, is that y'all ladies have a habit of going the wrong direction, going against the norm, right? Going against what works for everybody else. Everybody else is like, oh yeah, get in a relationship, marry, live happily ever after, which is true. That does happen 9 out of 10 times. When you get a relationship, marriage and stuff like that, it's all great. But you want to be different, so you do the opposite and try to be strong, independent, don't need no man, and then end up realizing that it's not that pattern can't work, it's that a lot of times it doesn't work, because a lot of y'all ladies can't truly be independent. The things y'all like require other people. Y'all like smartphones, internet, job, money, traveling, food. That requires other people. Somebody has to make the food that you eat. People have to make the plane for you to fly in and fly for you to travel. Like, you need other people. Females are very social. Y'all need other people in order to live your lives. So this idea of being independent and being alone is contradicting to your biology, to your gender. Y'all ladies need people. Whether it's a dude, man, or another woman, y'all need people, right? This is why y'all like pets, because y'all need something alive y'all can interact with. So y'all compensate or cope, as they say, with animals. And as much as females be talking about, oh, men are dogs, men ain't shit. It's so ironic that y'all end up, stop dating dudes and just get a dog. Ironic. So ironic. Because y'all say men are dog in a negative way, but then you go get a dog as a pet and show the dog a lot of love. So it's like, wait, you love dogs, but you say men are dogs, but you don't want to be with a man, right? You don't want to be with the male species, but you think the male species are dogs. What? See how weird that is? But that's what y'all do. The new term is dog lady or pet lover or pet lady. It used to just be cat ladies because y'all used to like cats because of the female energy. But you know what's ironic about cats is cats are assholes. Chicks tend to date assholes. Notice that pattern? I do. I pay attention, that's why. Anyway, point is that y'all ladies love to be treated younger than you really are. That's why a lot of times y'all tend to want a guy who's older, because a guy who's older will make you feel younger, because you'll literally be a couple years younger. So there's that. And then, and then the fact that more likely they have their life set up in such a way that they're able to share and do things for you and give you things, and that's what y'all like. Y'all like to be given things and have things done for you. So no surprise there. And that's fine, if that's the dynamic you want, then that's okay. The problem is when y'all try to act like that's not what y'all like, that's not what y'all want. Nah, no woman wants to be treated like she's a child. Wish that was true. Because the funny thing is, whenever a guy treats a woman like an adult, she immediately turns into a child and starts throwing a temper tantrum like, why do I gotta pay 50% of the check? Why do I gotta pay for bills? Why I gotta do this and that? Why can't you just pay for everything? Why can't you just pay for everything? It's like, that doesn't sound like an adult. That sounds like a child complaining that mommy and daddy's not going to pay for everything. That's what that sounds like. And the funny thing is, I had a video that was talking about that same concept of women, most females, not women, but most females want to be treated like children, which is true. It's a fact. It's an observable fact. You see it on the internet all the time of adult females wanting to be treated like their children, being given things for free and pampered and given compliments all the time so they can feel good all the time like a child would. And then they'll complain about not wanting to do work. I hate my job, I don't want to do adult things, adulting sucks. It's like, adulting sucks, being an adult sucks, which means you want to be a child. That's what that means. When you're complaining about being an adult, means you rather be a child, because you like being a child. You like the benefits of being a child. The old saying, I don't want to grow up, I want to be a Toys R Us kid, right? Like, this is why you got grown women calling themselves girls, right? Some women out here love the idea of being called a good girl. And then there's women out here, females out here that love calling their boyfriends or husbands daddy. What does that tell you? So y'all use the terms. Y'all call yourself passenger princesses, and y'all want princess treatment, and y'all call y'all the guy you're in a relationship daddy and stuff like that. Yet as soon as the guy points out, well, it's obvious females love being treated like children, immediately, no, we don't. Like, really? That's literally what y'all do and y'all say. That's literally what we're observing. That's what we're seeing. We're only calling out what we see. And what we see is that y'all want to be treated like children. Y'all don't want to be responsible adults. You want another adult to be responsible, which usually is a man. You want a man to be the adult in the relationship, while you can run around, act like a little kid, at the mall buying stuff, or go on vacation and just run around on the beach playing with sand in the water. Like what? Like a child. And that's fine. There ain't nothing wrong with having fun and being youthful, whatever. It's just the point is that it's so ridiculous to see that when somebody points out, like, you want to be treated like a child, I can tell. Suddenly it's a problem. Suddenly like, no, don't say that. Don't say the truth. That's what you're saying. Because I'm only saying the truth because you don't want to be treated like an adult. Because if I treat you like an adult, it would be a problem. Because treating you as an adult means I have to correct you on the things you're doing that's not adult-like. So, for example, if you're complaining about something, I will call you out on it and tell you to stop complaining. Because only kids complain about things. Adults do things, right? They solve problems. They don't complain about them. So that's why it's funny to see people, specifically females online, acting childish, and then when you call them out on it, then they want to act like you have an issue. Oh, you like little girls. I bet you like little girls, huh? Somebody should check your computer. Like, what? We're talking about your immaturity, and now you want to make it about some pedophilia type thing. Yeah, that's the type of nonsense a lot of you ladies like to do. Because the funny thing is, when a guy's immature, y'all quick to call him a little boy. Say that he's not a man. Which you'll be correct for saying so. That's why it's funny when y'all say, it's like, well, yeah, you're saying he's immature. But when a guy says, oh, a little chick, chicks out here like being treated like little girls and stuff like that, suddenly it's, oh, no, that's, you're talking about something else. Like, no, we're saying you're immature. Just like how y'all say we're little boys, we're going to say you're little girls. And you say we act like little boys, well, you act like little girls. The difference is that y'all want to be treated like you're a child, being given gifts and this, that, and the third, right? Being given all this princess treatment. That's why it's funny when guys are like, hey, I want that treatment too. Treat me like a princess. Immediately, like, nah, you're a grown-ass man, act like a man. That's funny. Telling a guy to act like a man and he should want to be treated like a man, but when it comes to y'all, ladies, y'all gotta have the princess treatment. No way y'all can be treated like an adult woman. Because that requires responsibility and accountability and all these things that, as far as I see on the internet, y'all tend to not like. Y'all don't like accountability. Y'all don't like responsibilities. Y'all don't like to do adult things, like be appropriate. Like, for example, not have a high body count. That's an adult thing to do, is be responsible with who you lay in bed with. Not just lay with everyone like it's a fucking sleepover, like a child. So what else do y'all do that's like a child? Well, I'm not gonna keep on going with that, but you get my point. Don't complain about, guys seeing most females as if they're immature adult child, just like there's the term man-child, there is a female equivalent, right? A female who thinks she's still a teenager, even though she's in her 50s. It's like, come on, you're in your 50s, you're a grandma. Act your age. Stop trying to act like a fucking 18-year-old. You're not an 18-year-old anymore. Grow up, right? That exists. That's a thing. Proving the point that, yes, a lot of y'all ladies like to be treated like you're younger than you really are. That's why the funny thing is it doesn't happen as often anymore because women are willing to tell you their age. But there was a time where that was a thing. That was a thing where women wouldn't tell you their age. Oh, now they got to because, for legal reasons. Like, no, you're not going to be 12 years old looking 20 and then, I'm like, hey, how old are you? And then you're going to be like, I'm not going to tell you. That's very impolite for you to ask a lady her age. It's like, no. This is 2023. You show me an ID. You know what I mean? Show me your birth certificate. I also need to know you're biologically a female as well. Gotta confirm all that shit now. But there was a time where, like, that was a thing. It was impolite to ask the female gender her age. Why? Because they want you to think they're younger than they really are. Not too young, obviously, but definitely younger than they really are. So she could be 40 and she wants you to think she's in her 20s. Right? Think about that. That's what ladies, that's what the females were doing. Guys weren't doing that. Guys weren't saying, hey, don't tell me your age, I'll just pretend you're old enough. Like, no. Like, no. Chicks were deliberately hiding their age because they don't want to be perceived as old. Because they don't like being treated, what? Old. What do they like being treated as? Younger. Where does that come from? So that's it. It's a female thing. It's something that's been going on for many years, and I've seen it for many years. Now I don't see it as much that chicks hiding their age. They're hiding their body counts, that's for sure. They don't want to tell you their body count, but they have no problem telling you their age. Again, yeah, obviously for legal reasons. But if it wasn't for legal reasons, females would be lying about the age all day, every day. Shit, because of course, like on internet, like MySpace and stuff like that back in the day, yeah, females will lie about their age. They'll put like they're 20 or something on their MySpace page, but they'll be like 15 or 16 or something, and that was some bullshit back then. So then that's why like these social media started doing stuff where you had to like use your state ID, as proof that you're 18 and older to even be on the sites and stuff. But there was a time where that wasn't a thing. You could just put whatever age you want. People used to joke and used to use put their age as 99. Right there, that was a dead giveaway that the person's under the age of 18, that they're a minor if they put that their age is 99. Because anybody who's an adult be like, yeah, I'm 23, I'm 40, I'm this. But as soon as you see somebody with the age 99 on MySpace, it's like, oh, god damn it, that's a minor, right? Block them. So you saw that a lot. Too many profiles with the age 99. So you already know that was a minor's profile. Yeah, the internet's fucked up. TikTok needs to add the age thing. There shouldn't be anybody under the age of 18 on TikTok. It's bullshit having a whole bunch of minors running around on TikTok, especially when a lot of the content on TikTok is adult orientated, about relationships, politics, government, religion, this, that, there. Like a lot of adult stuff going on TikTok. You got a whole bunch of minors on there. Definitely need to get them off. One, they shouldn't even be on the internet until they're 18 anyway. But that's just my viewpoint.